Happy Wednesday to you, and thanks so much for joining us in UpNorthLive Unscripted at 6:30. We're at that halfway through the work week point, and pretty nice day out there across northern Michigan. Not as sunny as we saw yesterday or Monday, but a little bit warmer than what we experienced yesterday. So it felt a little nicer out there. But Joe, I wouldn't mind temperatures a little bit higher. Can we get there in the next couple of days?
Yes. Sometimes I tell you no, but this is going to be a yes for sure. Yeah, warming up. In fact, some spots could be into the 60s as early as Friday, which is less than 48 hours from now. So warming up, although the weekend is kind of a Jekyll and Hyde, we're going to have a warm day Saturday and then a lot colder coming up on Sunday. So we'll talk more about that. And we also have both rain and a little snow in the forecast. It's that time of the year. Yeah. We'll have more on that a little later.
Classic springtime in northern Michigan. We'll check back in with Joe at the after our first commercial break. That's where I was going with that. All right, our top story of the night takes us to Manistee County, where a former Manistee teacher was arraigned today on charges of child abuse. The teacher is accused of assaulting a student. Now, as of what exactly happened, we don't know the specifics of this incident. All we know is what we have heard from the Manistee County Sheriff's Office, and that is that detectives started investigating in early January when a child told their parents they were assaulted by their teacher. Our Allie Baxter was in the courtroom today and brings us the full story.
Calling the first case, the people of the state of Michigan versus Emily Tomaszewski.
In 85th District Court Wednesday, 34-year-old Emily Tomaszewski appeared with her attorney.
Mr. Iorio, how does your client plead the charge?
Not guilty.
Tomaszewski was arraigned on fourth-degree child abuse charges. The judge shared that the allegations listed in the complaint against Tomaszewski spanned several months, from September 25th to December 9th, 2024.
This charge alleges more specifically that you, Emily Elizabeth Tomaszewski, did knowingly or intentionally commit the following act or acts that under the circumstances posed an unreasonable risk of harm or physical injury to a child by using physical/assaultive discipline beyond that which is reasonable or permitted by law.
According to the sheriff's office, they have video of at least one incident where Tomaszewski is accused of assaulting her student.
She's lived in Manistee for 8 years, and she has no criminal record. She poses no threat whatsoever to the public.
Given the nature of the case, I think saying that she actually presents no danger to the public is a little bit of a stretch.
A few blocks from the courthouse is Jefferson Elementary School. It's where Tomaszewski taught. Tomaszewski was first placed on administrative leave during the investigation. She later resigned. In a statement shared with families, Manistee Area Public School Superintendent Ron Stoneman said, quote, "Our top priority is and will continue to be the safety and well-being of our students."
That was Allie Baxter reporting. And also in that letter that you just saw, the superintendent is encouraging any families with any information to come forward. Now, if convicted, Tomaszewski could face up to 1 year in jail or 5 years of probation. Switching gears now, as Congress continues to work on the federal budget, local hospitals here in northern Michigan want people to know that there might be serious cuts to Medicaid. Our Daniel Zivian spoke with executives at Munson and McLaren, as well as an elder law attorney who is wondering how she'll be able to help her clients.
Is that something that there's any serious momentum towards?
Yeah, I would say the momentum is very serious.
The House Energy and Commerce Committee has a daunting task under the new budget to find at least $880 billion in spending cuts.
It's virtually impossible to get to that $880 billion target number without making cuts to Medicaid.
Munson President Ed Ness says this would have a disproportionate effect on rural health care. His data says 75,000 northern Michiganders are on the program.
46% of the deliveries that our community hospitals deliver are moms and babies on Medicaid. And you take a look at a community, in some of our communities, it's over 50%. So that's 50% of our deliveries that would be directly impacted by this and those families.
Michigan health professionals were in Washington just last week, meeting with the state's delegation, including Representative Jack Bergman.
We offered ourselves up as a resource as they are continuing to evaluate options. I think the process is going to be sort of if this, then that. And they are looking to us, and we want to be that resource to tell them what those true impacts will be on the citizens of Michigan and our patients and the healthcare in Michigan. And I think they were receptive to that. So we always appreciate that from our delegation.
Petoskey attorney Terry Weingarten specializes in Medicaid applications, helping families with getting insured in nursing homes or with in-home care. Weingarten says she worries more people will be forced into nursing homes and that the expenses will only go up.
When the spouses come in, they're terrified they're going bankrupt. First question they ask is, do I have to divorce my spouse? And they're shaking. And I reassure them at this point that I can get them on Medicaid and they're not going to go broke. I don't know that I can say that.
In Petoskey, I'm Daniel Zivian reporting.
And let's turn things over to our question of the day related to that story that Daniel was working on today. How worried are you of potential Medicaid cuts? Scan the QR code on your screen right now. That will take you to our website where you can vote. It looks like we have 279 votes as of right now, and it's kind of split between very worried and not worried. Only 10% say they are somewhat worried. And on Facebook, we have 275 comments. So we'll be sure to keep an eye on those results and comments and look at a few of the comments at the end of our show. Well, some sad news for folks in Oscoda. The Osable River Queen has sunk to the bottom of the river. And Charter Township in Oscoda says the site on River Road has been declared off limits to the general public while remedies are underway. Sumner Moore with WBKB in Alpena visited what's left of the River Queen and shows us how what was once a tourist hotspot is now sitting beneath the chilly waters.
It's a sad day. The Queen is down. A lot of good times on it, but I don't know what's going to happen now.
The Osable River Queen has fallen to her knees.
Most of the people around here know about the River Queen, love it. Me and my wife, we have a duo twice shy. We played here about 5-6 years on the boat. Lovely cruise, goes out 9 miles back. It's sad.
According to a recent Facebook post, the boat's owner said it started sinking at around 8:30 Tuesday night.
This is one of the things that Oscoda has that makes it special. And so many people went for a cruise on it. People from down below would get excited and go, we get to go on the River Queen and go around the Osable. If you never had a chance to go on it, it was real, like I say, it was really special, especially for this area. It would go out throughout the summer, 2-hour cruise, had entertainment, beverages, snacks.
In addition to being a unique experience, the River Queen was one of a kind in more than just one way.
The propulsion is just the paddle wheels on the back. That's it. So you'd hear it go thumping across the pond. It's not going to be easy to get her out of there, but hopefully they can get it out and salvage it and maybe pull it on land and make a restaurant out of it.
Pulling the boat out of the water presents more challenges than just one, as the timeline for cleanup is unclear. Iosco County Sheriff's Office and Oscoda fire officials say there's been discussion about mitigating possible hazardous materials in the water. Additionally, the ice could be thin, so officials are asking the public to view from afar. They have since roped off the area.
This is going to make a lot of people sad. She's been a good old girl, but
Reporting in Iosco County, I'm Sumner Moore.
And Sumner is joining us live now. And for folks watching in Alpena, you probably recognize Sumner. You've seen her as the anchor and reporter there at WBKB. But for folks watching in our other 24 counties, this is probably the first time you are meeting Sumner. So thanks so much for coming on Unscripted tonight. It's good to officially meet you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Okay, so I think the big question that I'm sure a lot of people are wondering about the boat is, do we know how it sunk exactly?
So officially, it's unclear, but we do know reports have shown that the hull was kind of, there was like a hole in it or something, and the water has been kind of leaking into it for at least a couple months. We know last year it did not go out for its tour season, but the year before it did. And so it did not get inspected in time. The reason for that is because they had to use house moving equipment to take this boat out of the water and raise it up into the air in order to inspect it. And they were unable to do that. And so problems within the hull, like the bottom of the boat, just kept escalating, leading to this sinking. No official answer has been given, but that's what we've heard, that the hull had problems.
And just based on the video that we saw in your story, we can tell that it's no small boat. Do we know how it will be removed from the water now that it is sinking?
So I talked to the Iosco Sheriff's Department about kind of learning about when a timeline would be for when this boat would get out, and that's unclear because the equipment it takes to move it is really hard to come by, and that the authorities have really been taking a lot of time roping that area off, because who knows how long it's going to be before that mess is mitigated.
And once it does get out of the water and back onto land, it kind of sounds like its future is a little uncertain. We heard Ronnie in your story say it could potentially be turned into a restaurant. So does that mean the days of the AuSable River Queen actually being out on the AuSable River are probably over?
Yeah, I was talking to Ronnie, who was in that story that just aired, and he was a performer for about 5 years on the River Queen, and he had said that it had taken on the water, and he said that possibly some of the solutions could be that it could be turned into a restaurant, because it apparently has a sister boat that is like a twin sister boat, which is in Hale, and it has been turned into kind of like, or it was at one point turned into a restaurant, and so that could be a possibility. Or he had mentioned, the performer had mentioned that it could possibly be fixed and turned back into the boat, could still be sailing here in the future, but that is still officially unknown.
All right. So until it can actually be taken out of the water and potentially repaired, we really won't know what's next.
Absolutely, unfortunately.
Sure. And it would be so sad to see it go away. So hopefully it will, if it can't sail anymore, or be on the water anymore, I should say, it would be awesome to see it turn into a restaurant, because I know it's been a pretty iconic staple in Ascota since I think the 60s, right?
Yes, it was either 1965 or 1966 when it had been, I think it may have been built in 65 and officially in service in 66. So, I mean, it has been decades of entertainment. And was looking through some of the recent things they had been doing, and they even did like Friday free boat rides and stuff like that. So it will definitely be missed in that community for sure.
Sure. Sumner, is there anything else that you want to mention about this story that we haven't talked about yet?
I would just say, from talking to the people down at the site, this place was just a real gem for Oscoda and Iosco County. And so, I really hope that they're able to preserve some of it in some kind of way, because it really was a unique gem and tourist attraction to the area. So, we'll definitely be following up on the efforts to, make this legacy continue on.
Sure. And we will definitely keep you updated on those efforts right here on Up North Live and on our website, upnorthlive.com. So Sumner, thanks so much for taking some time to join us on Unscripted tonight and go into a little more detail about this story. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, let's take a quick commercial break, but coming up in just a couple of minutes, we're going to bring back in Chief Meteorologist Joe Charlevoix. He'll talk much more about the warm-up and the potential for maybe some rain, maybe some snow. All of that straight ahead.
I'm Jada Johnson from Big Boys TV, and the Fish and Game Report is sponsored by Johnson's Propane.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Let's turn things over to Joe. He has much more on this warm-up and then again the rain, snow that you mentioned.
Yeah, a little rain, a little snow, and a warm-up, and then a cool down. Kind of March weather.
Yep.
By the way, let's take a look. Mackinac Island. Maya, when were you last there? I'm trying to remember.
I was actually just there in August for my birthday.
That's what it was.
It was 75 degrees.
It wasn't 32?
No, not exactly. The grass was green.
What'd you do? You were hanging out, right? With friends?
Yeah, just biking around the island, all those fun, Mackinac Island touristy things.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, 32 tonight, although they'll see a little warm up too coming up. East wind. There you can see some of the waves there off Lake Huron. Let's look at those temperatures currently around the north. So yeah, Mackinac Island, you see it there, 32. But then you get down by Traverse City, 50 degrees there. So again, kind of a wide range. It is cooler north and east, a little warmer tonight to the south and west. Here's a look at our forecast temperature-wise. So what I want to do is kind of run through to tomorrow. And there's the afternoon, mid-40s to mid-50s for most spots. Then we head into Friday. Yeah, look at that. Look at the 60s sprouting up on the map. So Friday, pretty warm. All the blue shaded area, or rather yellow shaded areas, could see 60s. It will be a little cooler in the UP. And then Saturday, same story. Look at the 60s. Mount Pleasant, West Branch could reach 70 degrees. It'll be close to that around Houghton Lake, even Alpena. So that's the warm up. And then that's on Saturday. Then watch what happens on Sunday. Yep. And then we drop back down to the 30s. And that's when we may see a little bit of snow. Big picture around the country tonight. A little snow in the northeast through New York State. That yellow box down around Dallas, that is a severe thunderstorm watch with some storms down there. And then coming on shore in the western states, here's California's an area of low pressure. A lot of rain around San Francisco, and then winter storm warnings. They're expecting some heavy snow in the Sierra Nevada range. They're around Reno and that general region, Lake Tahoe. Back home, just a few clouds drifting through here tonight. And we'll see that tomorrow and Friday. We're not going to get a completely blue, nice, sunny sky. We could see a little sun, especially south. But there will be these passing high and mid-level clouds at times too. As far as the actual weather is concerned, we really don't have much to talk about until Saturday. So there's tomorrow afternoon. There's tomorrow night. Now, I'm going to stop this right about here. This is the middle of the night tomorrow night. The white is the cloud cover. You might have heard we have a total lunar eclipse tomorrow night. I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow night on our show here, but it might be fairly cloudy north. We'll keep an eye on that. And then Friday, dry, and then here comes our chance for some showers Saturday morning. If you're wondering about the weekend, I don't think it'll be an all-day rain. We get a band of showers in the morning right here, maybe even a rumble of thunder. But then the afternoon, I do think maybe a little bit of sun will try to peek through. After that, then we drop back down, and you see that in the weekend forecast. Look at Sunday. It's going to be a lot colder, and the chance for some snow showers on Sunday. So that's the day where we could see a little bit of snow would be on Sunday. Sunday forecast right through St. Patrick's Day looks like this. Chance for rain Saturday or showers. And then Sunday, snow showers, cooler. And right now we have put some snow showers in across the UP on Monday. That's St. Patrick's Day. Highs on Monday will be in the 40s. As Maya, you sit down and have some corned beef and cabbage on Monday.
Yep, that's exactly what I will be doing as a vegetarian. All right, Joe, thank you so much for that.
Cabbage.
All right, yeah, just cabbage. All right, let's take a quick commercial break, but we'll check in with Sports Director Harrison Beebe in just a couple minutes. Stay with us. Girls basketball regional finals going down tonight, and sports director Harrison Beebe has a preview of all the matchups.
Hey Maya, basketball tournaments continue again tonight. We are done with the boys basketball postseasons here in Northern Michigan, though. First time since I've covered sports here in 15 years that we haven't had a boys team make the Breslin Center. Unfortunate that we won't be heading down there later in the week, but we do have a lot of girls teams still left with a chance to play into next week's state semifinals and finals in East Lansing. In fact, I'm already planning on one team being there for sure. Let's go ahead and take a look at the matchups taking place tonight. Traverse City Central at home against Rockford. The Trojans having a great run to this season, and they had a phenomenal win at home on Monday night against Midland Dow to win the regional semifinal. Rockford is going to be a tough matchup in the Division I regional finals at Traverse City Central's gym. So that is 1+ for the Trojans. Over in Division III, we have two Highland Conference teams still in the mix. Roscommon is going up against Sanford Meridian. That's down in Beale City for that regional final. While up in the UP, I believe at a neutral site in Newberry, it's Manton taking on Calumet, that team way up in the thumb in the Keweenaw Peninsula. The Manton Rangers, fresh off beating the Harbor Springs Rams in their building, hoping to bring home a regional title. And in Division IV, we've got two intriguing matchups. St. Ignace and Inland Lakes. The game was supposed to be at Inland Lakes, but due to a water issue, this game has been moved to the St. Ignace home floor. The Saints already the top seed in Division IV, and the Bulldogs now have to go to their building instead of hosting them. So an unfortunate turn there. And it seems like it's a matchup we always see in this Southern Division IV regional final. Frankfort and Gaylord St. Mary meeting yet again. Frankfort won this game a year ago. What is going to happen in the rematch tonight? We'll have highlights during sports at 11 to find out. Of course, Maya, the bracket madness is here. We're taking a look at the Big Ten tournament that is now underway. You and I have picked our brackets to see who is going to cut down the nets in Indianapolis on Sunday. I believe you have Wisconsin winning it all. I have Michigan State, but we will see in our one-on-one office pool who does better there before the big dance, of course, gets started next week. And we know office pools are going to spike all across the country. All right, that's going to do it for Unscripted Sports. Back to you.
Thanks, Harrison. I do have Wisconsin winning the Big Ten tournament. Kind of a random pick. I don't think I watched a single Wisconsin game this year, but I just wasn't super confident that my Indiana Hoosiers can win it all. But I think they can beat Oregon and then Michigan State. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back in just a couple of minutes.
Salon services are furnished by Epiphany Advanced Academy in East Acme.
We have 299 votes on our question of the day today, which is how worried are you of potential Medicaid cuts? As you can see, 46% of voters say very worried, 10% somewhat worried, and 43% say not worried. We have almost 300 comments on our Facebook page. Elaine says she's so worried. She said, I have so many friends and family that rely on it for healthcare. I don't know what they will do if this is cut. D says, I'm scared, I'm disabled. If I lose Medicaid, I won't be able to get my meds. Head to our Facebook page to join in the conversation. That is all the time we have tonight on Unscripted. We'll see you back here at 11 o'clock.